everyone, welcome to DecoArt's Facebook Live. I know it's been a minute, right? But I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad you guys are here. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and every year I like to create a brand new centerpiece. And this year, maybe we're not going to be with as many, of our friends and family as we'd like, but there's no reason to not make your table really pretty. I think it will make you happier, and it's a lot of fun to create too. Before we get started, we do have a giveaway, and if you're wondering what it is, it's almost too much to say because it'll take too long. It's basically every single product needed to create this centerpiece here, which is our warm color scheme. And Crimson, who's coming up next, every single paint product you need to create her centerpiece, which is a cool color scheme. And all you have to do is comment what is your favorite part about the fall season or your favorite part about Thanksgiving. All right, guys, so we're going to start. So this pumpkin, I'm just going to turn it around. It started off being this cream color, and I'm going in with Americana acrylics, which is America's favorite craft paint. It has awesome coverage. It also dries really fast. So I'm just going to paint this little portion right here just so you could check out the coverage. Need just a little bit more paint. And then we'll get into how to design these, how to add the leaves. Okay, so we're going to flip it around. And there's a couple of ways that you can make your patterns. And these patterns are on the DecoArt website. Just click on projects and click on Thanksgiving centerpiece, or thankful centerpiece, I think, but you'll find it. Okay, so if you have transfer paper, you can of course print out your pattern, place the transfer paper right on your pumpkin, place the pattern over it, and then trace your pattern. But let's say you don't happen to have transfer paper at home, just cut out the pattern, place it right on your pumpkin, and I'm going to tilt it just a little bit if that's okay. And take your pencil and you're just going to trace. And you know what? You can tape it down if that makes it a little bit easier for you. And you notice I did not include the stem. I think it's easier to just sort of freehand that than try to cut out a really tiny little stem. Okay, so there you could see I have one leaf. Now you could add a word like I did over here, or just a lot of leaves, but I'm going to show you how I painted that. So I had my big brush out. I'm going to go back to a smaller brush. Let's see. And I'm keeping with this very neutral color scheme of the antique gold and the cobblestone. So I'm using the smaller brush just so I can get a nice outline here. And look at that coverage. I would still do a total of 2 coats. Now here's the trick to get that look. I'm not rinsing my brush and I'm going right into the next color, which is cobblestone. Actually, I'm going to keep using the same brush. If this was a bigger leaf, I would move on to a larger brush, but this one is working just fine. And see, now I'm back to the antique gold. Didn't rinse my brush. You can just sort of give it a little swipe on your palette. Going back to the cobblestone. And at this point, we're not going for perfection. We actually want this sort of abstract look here. And it's not a perfect blend. You want it kind of nice and loose like that. Then you're just going to do your little stem, I guess. That's what you call it. And sometimes it is a little bit challenging with these pumpkins that have, the ridges, but just be real careful and go a little bit slow over that area. So you would be done with that part. The next step would be, this one's already dry, and I could tell that there's some spots that need just a little bit more paint, but that's one coat right there, you guys. I'm going to move on to our matte metallics. So if you haven't heard, I know you've heard of our metallics, right? But our matte metallics are a little different in that the sheen is mattified just a bit. And I know some of us like an extreme sheen. So if you love an extreme sheen, I would recommend using extreme sheen. So this is a really highly reflective paint. I like the extreme sheen, but again, if you want something a little bit more subtle, you're going to go with the matte metallics. And then of course we have the classic, the DecoArt Dazzling Metallics. So you have 3 choices there. But today we are going with the DecoArt Matte Metallics, and I have a smaller brush here. And the next step is to outline your leaf. Now, once it dries, it's going to show the reflective sheen, the metallic sheen, a little bit more than when it's wet. And I'm not going to do the whole leaf, just maybe half of it here. Okay. And then you're going to do the veining. Just a real thin line down the middle, and then just sort of swoop up. And I'm going to go back to the finished piece so you could see what it looks like. But I love the way, if you wanted to do something a little bit quicker, you don't need to add the lettering or the leaves, that's up to you. If you want to keep it simple, you can just do a nice solid color. And just by adding a touch of the matte metallics on top, it completely transforms the pumpkins. Okay, now I'm going to show you one more. So that was the neutral color scheme. Now I'm going to show you how to do the warm color scheme, which is here. And you can see this finished charger right over here. Now, while this is a charger and this is a pumpkin, I just wanted to show you that it's the same exact steps. On the charger, which is plastic, I did sand it first and then applied Americana acrylic and white, and I'm going to show you how to do the leaf. Now, to save time, I already did transfer the pattern, and this time we're using Country Red, Canyon Orange, and Antique Gold. But again, you can use your favorite red, your favorite orange, and your favorite gold. And for those of you just joining us, we have an awesome giveaway. It's every single product needed to create this centerpiece, which is our warm tone centerpiece, and the centerpiece that Crimson's going to be creating in just a couple of minutes here. So stay tuned. To enter, guys, just tell us what is your favorite part about fall or your favorite part about Thanksgiving. Just comment and you will automatically be entered to win. And we're going to be announcing the winner on, is it Monday?
Today.
Oh, today. Okay, guys. Good. You'll know right away then. Okay, so same exact steps as I did on the neutral. I'm not rinsing my brush in between, using all 3 colors, the red, the gold, and the orange. Okay, so I will tell you guys what my favorite part about Thanksgiving is. It's sitting at the table and having every family member say what they're grateful for. And of course, eating turkey with jalapenos, because that's how we do it. Okay, so I'm not going to completely finish it, but do you see that I'm not being really careful or trying to do a real smooth blend? I kind of like it being a little bit blotchy. I think it gives it, more of a modern look. And I'm going to come back to this one. This is what it would look like once complete. Real quick, back to this charger. Because it has paint on it, and while our paint is extremely safe and has low VOCs, to use it, you do want to get a clear glass plate. You can place it right on top, and then you could see the beautiful leaf, right through the plate. This napkin ring is also on our website, and the placemat, which, that's about as easy as it gets. It's basically just masking it off and painting it. And that was created with our So Soft paint, which is specifically for fabrics, and our metallic, which I love. So guys, Crimson's going to be coming in. Remember to comment. You'll be automatically entered to win. I hope everyone has a super good Thanksgiving, and thank you for being here. It's nice to be back. Bye,
Don't go
everyone.
anywhere.
What?
Don't go anywhere.
Oh.
I mean, our people watching, don't go anywhere because Crimson's coming in right now.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Crimson is coming in, guys, so stay tuned. I'm just going to clear out, and she's going to be in just a couple of seconds here. Okay. Yes, whatever you can grab. Okay, guys, stay right where you are. Crimson's coming in.
I'm here. Okay, so it takes a little bit of setup. Not much. I'll just bring this over so you guys can see what I did.
Wow.
So I'm going to be showing a cool palette. I'm Crimson, by the way, if you didn't hear Paul say that. And so I'm going to just kind of demo what I did here on this big pumpkin, a part of this centerpiece with the cool palette. And so it's really simple and fun. I think I just love this technique. So let me get all these things over here that I will need. Okay, so I started with a paper mache pumpkin. Absolutely, this can be done on a real pumpkin, a plastic pumpkin, a resin pumpkin. And you can see I did the same technique on all the pieces of the tablescape. So on the charger, which is wood, this little squirrel I found, it was ceramic, so any smooth surface would work for that one. And the Americana acrylics are great for coverage, for any material and any project. So they're really fun to work with. Let me get these paints out that I used. Okay. So first, paper towel. So, ready. So I like to use a big flat brush with the Americana when you've got a big surface to cover. And I used, obviously, a cool palette with a little pop of orange in there. And all the colors and products that we used are in the project details on our website and the blog. So if you really want to get in there and try to do it, or even put your own spin on it. So you just take, it's pretty self-explanatory, just kind of spread the paint on, and it has great coverage, it has this beautiful matte finish, self-levels really nicely. So you see how fast that was, so it's just great. So then for the pattern for this, for these pieces, now I like to kind of look at the shape that you're working with, and I just kind of freehanded the pattern with leaves and acorns, like a fall feel. This could be totally modified for like a winter table or anything like that. But if you don't feel comfortable kind of just freehanding it, I provided patterns with the projects, and so when you look at them, they'll kind of look like this. And then, as Paul said earlier, you can use tracing paper, or if you don't have tracing paper, you can just cut out the patterns and just place it on the pumpkin where you like. And I like to use a light colored pencil. And you just kind of loosely trace it around here. I'll show you one I haven't done. Show you how easy it is. I'm doing this upside down, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm just loosely tracing it, and so I can go back over it when I pull up that pattern. can just finish it out. And you don't have to be perfect with the drawing or the painting for that matter, because, you know, if you have any mistakes, you can just go back over with the base color, which is Blue Mist, and just fix your mistakes. That's the best thing about painting. You just paint over it. So you can see that's really simple like that. So once you get that drawn on there, I'm doing it really fast, but there you go. And then obviously the smoother your pumpkin, the less bumpy it is and the easier it is to draw on there, but there you go. So I stuck with the cool white to do the line work, which I think pops nicely with all these colors. But of course, if you wanted to modify your color palette, you just pick your favorites. You just get like a small liner brush and just start to line your drawn pieces on there. And again, don't be too worried about messing up. If you have a wonky line, you can fix it with the Blue Mist once you let it dry. And I'm going pretty fast with this, guys, so sorry if it's not, if you're able to not see it. Here we go. And then to get some good dots, you can always use the end of your paintbrush or anything that's rounded like that. So we have those. And as Paul was saying earlier, and if you're just joining us, we're having a giveaway for all these products that you can make both sets of projects, which is great. And all you have to do is like comment your favorite thing about fall or Thanksgiving. So that's amazing because you can get a lot of stuff done with these projects. Now with you can see the stems of these pumpkins and little additions and like metallic accents. I wanted to add just the subtle sheen with the metallic, so I used the matte metallic champagne, which I thought that color went really well with the color palette, the cools. And we have it in our Americana Decor matte metallics, or the DecoArt matte metallics. And then, as Paul mentioned earlier, if you wanted a more, you know, extreme metallic sheen, you can use our extreme sheens, which have a great range of colors as well. So for the matte metallic and painting on your accents, you really just want to spread it on. It has beautiful coverage. And just right out of the bottle, it looks amazing. It sets up great, and you just allow that to dry. There you go. I think these projects were simple in the making, but they just make a really wow factor on your table, and it's just really fun. Like, I'm excited to use these projects on our, you know, a fall dinner or Thanksgiving meal. It just adds that, I don't know, personal touch. And I really love fall, and it's Christmas in the air. I'm just excited because it gets you amped up towards the holiday season. So, and I just really love that the natural materials are brought into this tablescape, just to kind of that reminder of what's going on outside, the beautiful things happening with the leaves and everything changing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this project and Paul's project, and I hope you give it a go and have fun with it. And don't forget to comment your favorite thing about fall or Thanksgiving to get that giveaway. Bye guys, thanks.